Hi, Statesmen Nation. We're sitting down with Caleb Drake as we preview the 2025 women's cross country season. Coach, thank you for joining me for a few minutes here. Before we talk about 25, let's recap 24 season that, we had some goods and we had some bads, but let's do a quick recap before we talk about this fall.
Yeah. Last season was, oh man, it felt like we had to piece it together, is what I'll say a little bit. And so, but nonetheless, we really came together as a team. One thing that in our conference is big is even if, and for me even, for us as a team, if we can't contribute as far as like being competitive at the top, can we at least contribute by putting a team together and helping our conference? And so I think we did that by having a strong showing as far as just putting 7 runners in, having a team score. Some schools that didn't have that even. We didn't want to be one of them. We had some girls join us mid-season. That was just a joy to have them on the team last year. We were able to just breathe some different life into our program, which honestly helped us in our recruiting and bringing in this year. And so it feels like last year was kind of the last, I guess, time that we'll experience that. And so we're excited and thankful for those that contributed. I think about Rosler Fuller, her progression. She's a lifelong runner. She runs even now, in her job. And honestly, she might be faster now than when she was here. So I don't know if that means I'm terrible at my job or if she's just consistent running. But that's something that's always a joy for me to see is that they're running still. And so she's even actually, I think, joining the team for a run today because she's still around. So that'll be kind of fun.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the off season. I mean, you kind of already alluded to it. We hit the recruiting trail hard and filled up some gaps and then some.
Yeah, so we're heavy on freshmen this year, which is a lot of fun. So we should have a freshman towards the front and in the middle and all around, and so it'll be a lot of fun just to kind of have we're so young, but it'll be a lot of fun to see what this team can do. There's a lot of tenacity. There's a lot of drive and vision and goal setting that these girls have, and it'll be fun just to see what we do, not just this year, but in the years to come. And I think that this is starting a new chapter for William Penn women's cross country.
Awesome. Okay, let's break down that roster then. I'm excited to see who you think is going to contribute.
Yeah, well, shout out to Oskaloosa High School because we have a local, which has been something I've been wanting since I started here. So Emily Wells-Stouts joins us from here in town. I'm super excited to have her on the team. We have a lot of people from Iowa. Claire Rye is right there. They've been training together. Bree Admire finally has training partners, which is super fun. She's our junior this year. And then we have also from Iowa, Mallory Ostrowski. She's from East Marshall. Super fun to have her. Audrey Eder from Northwest Iowa, which I spent some time up there in college and coaching. So it's always fun to have somebody from kind of an area you're familiar with. And we have someone from Texas that's joined us as well. And so that's our person further out. But yeah, we just have a great team. Julie comes back and Morgan as well for us this year. So we have a solid crew, and it's exciting to have a team that has a lot of life going on in a good way, and they're just excited to get after it.
Definitely. All right, let's break down that schedule a little bit. Obviously, a little bit different as you're trying to figure out who the team's going to be. So you don't know, obviously the Blazing Tiger is not one that you're expecting to be at the top of the list on that one. But are some meets that you think, the ladies can do really well? Yeah,
I'm really excited, honestly, just for our opener this weekend. So coming from high school to college, the last 2 years ago, I believe the NAI switched from going from 5K to 6K for our national meet distance. And so that's something that can be, like, men are used to that distance, right? Like when you go from 5 to 8, but for women, 5 to 6 is still something that's somewhat new for me as a coach to still familiarize myself with. So it's always fun to start with 5K, being kind of just, maybe you could PR or get close to it. Right. And so I'm just excited to see that, to see where we stand. We measure for ourselves or themselves, and then as a team too, just to see how competitive can we be. We're not going to be priming ourselves like, tapering or anything like that to go perform our best. But if we do perform our best in the midst of training, then that just creates really a lot of excitement ahead. So we'll see. That one is exciting to me. We've liked the St. Ambrose meet's a great one again, just like the men. We do have someone who has to go home for a wedding, so that may hurt our team score a little bit. But I think that speaks into the program for us. It's just like the work-life balance, if you will, that we try to implement. For instance, we don't train on Sundays. We do that for preparing for life. going to family events like a wedding. Well, someone's sister's getting married, it's like we can't miss that, So those are good things that I think just even strengthen our program to allow for those things. So I think Blazing Tiger will be a good one. I like the idea. I mean, Seminole, same as the men, like Seminole Valley, that October 4th meet, that's another confidence booster, a 6K. Can we go run fast like we will at conference? But yeah, Blazing Tiger, yeah. Can we go mix it up and beat a few teams, a handful of teams? How many teams can we go be competitive with? But especially for some of those younger girls, like Claire, Emily, and even Bree returning, I think she could have a shot to qualify individually, or any of them could. So can you go mix it up with some people that we know will be at the national meet, and maybe even people in our conference, so we know where they maybe have finished in the past. We can start to make some plans. So it'll be exciting. It'll be a year of discovery, if you will, as a women's team. And similar to the men, just kind of keeping some new things consistent with that.
Normally, this is where I would say, hey, throw a bow on it and talk about the goals that you set and how you're going to reach those goals. But I got a feeling the goals are going to be a very much moving target this year with so many new people. And you're not really sure. There's a goal coming into the year may have been, hey, let's finish top 10 in the league or whatever. But as the year goes on, you might find out a lot about this team, and that goal again that might move up or whatever. So
we'll discover. Yeah, we will. We're gonna. We at cross country camp we talk about these things still, and it's always interesting to see what the men's and women's team, we have separate team meetings and what they say, and so top half of the conference for sure. That's something that the women have talked about, and so that's what we're trying to go for. And then outside of that, I don't know. A 15-team conference is big, and so it's kind of fun to have a conference as large as we do. But yeah, top half of that, so top 7 would be really nice.
And then now I guess I will throw out what's it going to take to reach that goal then.
Yeah, I think it's going to take 2 to 3 women that are in that top 30 in our conference, and then just having a couple girls step up, young women I should say, step up and be willing to risk something a little bit, and try to put themselves in a place maybe that's uncomfortable but where they ought to be. And I think we've got some runners that are ready to do that this year, so it'll be exciting to see us do that. And I think that a step like that can really propel us into the future, and that's what we're looking for. We've got some excitement brewing on both sides, and it's one thing that's really fun. Just as a women's team and a men's team and as one program, we're in a similar spot on both sides as far as like discovery, being competitive, setting a foundation, staying consistent in the things we know we should do for the future. And so this women's group, we've talked to them about, hey, you're the ones, you ladies, you're the ones that are going to help move things forward. And so we're excited to see what the future holds.
Awesome. Okay, once again, Caleb Drake of the women's cross-country team. The team will be over in Pella, Central Invitational this weekend. You can catch everything for the team on statesmanathletics.com, as well as all of our social media channels, WPU Athletics. So best of luck, Coach. I'm excited to track you this year.